Hey people, it's the morning of June 12th in South Mississippi, and I got my first sweet potato bloom. So my intent of this video is just to get a log of what's going on in the garden this year, so I can look back at it next year and see how things are running and get an idea of when I might better fertilize next year. I think I put this sweet potato in here. I think this was the first one I put in maybe 2 months, probably over 2 months ago. And on this side, I have a different sweet potato. It's one I got from my sister, and I planted last year in this bucket. It never come up, never sprouted or nothing. I'm guessing that's what happened because I just found this sweet potato growing off here a month and a half ago, and I cut a big chunk of the root off and stuck it in the other pot there. And I'll probably do that again. That might be a potato I ain't have to plant again, comes back on its own. But this sweet potato here, this is one I got from Walmart. I had a hard time getting them to grow last year, but it's one of the same potatoes. I saw an eye coming out on it, so I stuck it in this jar here. And then when they get about that tall, I just cut it off. In about 2 or 3 days, it'll have some root, and I'll let it get some more. And so I probably got about 10 sweet potato plants spread around the yard. And just stick them where you're going to get some all-day sun. I mistaken. I put this in here a month ago, and the sun was taking a different track through the sky. So now it's going to be shaded in the mornings. I seen a potato sprouting, so I had put it out here in a straw pile. This is nothing but straw. Just put the potato down and put enough straw on it so it'll stay moist. And when it comes up, I added some more straw the other day. And it's sitting over here beside this pawpaw. And I don't know if some limbs fell out of the tree or if it just got too heavy with fruit, but I lost a couple limbs on the top. I tried to tie them up, but it's been too windy, I guess. So it's sprouting up. That's a good thing. At least it's coming up through the top. I'll train that a little better. But the rest of its limbs are holding all its fruit pretty good. And since I cleaned this area, I see a lot more of them sprouting out here. Don't ask for one because they won't transplant. If it's this tall, it's got a taproot 8 to 14 times this size. And if you cut the taproot off, it's just not going to do. This is a deep feeding plant. And this persimmon, it's growing some good fruit on it. But all the fruit on this side it fell off. This is the side that I didn't get to in time that the bugs got. And I had to put a protection on, and they ate all the leaves off. So it got leaves and it had fruit, but they all shed. But it still got plenty of fruit on this side where I was able to catch it before the bugs ate it all up. You can look at the top of the tree and you can tell the bugs been doing this for years. I didn't know this. I just cleared this brush back to find this tree out here. And this sassafras here, it was probably my chin high 2 years ago, so it's over 8 foot now. And I have these wild huckleberries all over the yard, and they've been rotating through for several months now. I've been getting huckleberries, and this one is just now come in much later than all others, and it has a lot more berries. And so I've been getting some off of it past week. And this crooked wild blueberry, it don't have a lot of limbs. I just peeled some force back and found it. But it grows a much bigger berry. And they were here as soon as the first huckleberry showed, but they've been getting black real slowly. And I'm finally just to pass 4 days, I've been getting blueberries. And this grape trellis, you remember I just started to train this out here. maybe last year at this time. And I think it was just this tall. I found the vine growing over there, so I buried it down and run it up this tree. And it had bloomed early. I think it was around February, March, and it had blooms all over it. And it came too early, and we had a cool spell, and it all fell off. But I noticed the other day that it's got some more blooms coming on. And what I did, I cut one of these thick runners that had two runners going this way I didn't want. And so I left the main one, and I cut one off, and it caused several blooms I've been noticing places to come back out. I put this pineapple out here in the cactus bed. I was kind of curious as to what this stressful environment might do to it, see if it make it put off more runners. And I put this aloe out here beside it, and it gets a little morning shade, but it gets most of the day full sun right here. And I think it ain't like it. It's getting too much sun. And the late cool caused the orange to lose all its blooms, but that's okay. It's putting on a lot of new growth now. And these red castor, they're getting all of their blooms on now. But I haven't seen any from the greens. And these 5 Better Boy tomatoes are spitting up more than I can eat. These lemons I planted from seed last year, they got some thorns on them. And they looking pretty good. I mainly planted them because I plan on grafting some of that orange tree to it. And this fig I picked up 8-10 weeks ago, and I put it in the side box in my motorcycle. It loves the heat too. It loves sun. No figs yet this year. And I thought I'd try some old tire watermelons this year. First time. And I'll probably move 2 of those watermelon plants out. And this is a tomillo. It's like a wild tomato. And I usually pull them up as a weed. There's so many of them growing. And this here kind of fool you. It might look like a pepper at first, but that's poke salad, and it's a weed. And this old Indian red corn, this is one kernel I planted, and I think I came up with 4 stalks. I cut one off, 5 stalks on it. And so it must have 10 ears on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they done, but I don't eat this anyway. I'm just gonna leave this here, and it might deter the insects from going to my sweet corn. And this is probably a sweet corn that I stuck in here. I probably seeded it less than a month ago. And I got my first potato bloom on the same day as my sweet potato bloom. And all those is looking good. There'll be plenty of potatoes. Looks like there might have been a bug there. And this sweet corn here, it's all ready. It's due for the picking. And the best way to do this is just peel all the leaves back one by one. Like that. And then pull them tassels down the same direction as you was peeling. Then just rub them tassels off. And rub it down with some butter when it's fresh like this. Just sink your teeth in it. But the best time to eat, they say, is within 2 hours. But yeah, I say within 4 hours, rub it down with butter and some salt. Or if you're coon ass, put some Tony Chachere's on there. And get your grill hot. And after you've rubbed that on there, peel all these leaves back up to cover it from the grill. Just like natural tin foil. and put it on a hot grill and close the lid and pull it out in 5 minutes. The best corn you ever eat. Make you want to throw a crawfish ball. I had to put my teeth in, give it a try, but yeah, it's sweet. It's high fructose corn syrup. And first okra bloom today. And I dropped some watermelon seeds in strategic places throughout the yard. And I've seen this cantaloupe growing in that little pot here, so I pulled it out and put it out here the other day. So it's going to try to catch up, but it's got some fruit still growing on it. I probably should have pulled them off when I transplanted it. And I stuck this peppermint in this pot over here beside this yellow squash. And I haven't seen the squash bugs on it this year. And so I also have a tomato stuck off in there. It's growing up through the top. And this sweet potato under here. And so these will all vine out and they'll reach around and they'll get the sunlight they need. Probably use the maximum amount, being all three kind of do the same thing, vine out, searching for sun. And I pulled this big lettuce out of here. It must have been about 10 pounds or so. And I stuck me a couple watermelon seeds in here last week, 10 days. And I let this old clover on grow. It doesn't hurt nothing. I'm going to let it seed up, and more clover's good. And I cut the stump back off of this after I pulled it up and stuck that back in here. I may be able to get some buds that come off of it and get some smaller cabbage, because these are just a little bit too big for my pot. And this cucumber turned yellow, and it was looking ill, and I was thinking it was because this big crack in the side of this pot, that all the water was drained out too fast. And so I had mixed up a lot of clay and stuck on there so it could hold a little water, give it a little more time to saturate before it all run out. And I think what I did during that is I sealed the top of this and cut its air off. So I drilled some more holes in there yesterday, and it does seem to have new and greener growth coming on. And it's even, it's still sticking out a couple of cucumbers here. But it would probably enjoy a little less sun than this. Basil loves the full sun. This peppermint, it must have bloomed about 5 days ago. And I stuck a couple of these slower growing lemons here in this protection. I peeled one lemon last year and I got 20 seeds out of it. So I germinate them in a wet cloth, and I think I got 100% sprout. And then I put them in a little bit of pot and soil, and I think I was still in the 90%, but I'm down to 25%. I think I got 4 or 5 of these going. I got 5 of them going. So they said we was at a deficit of 20 inches of rain last month, and we're over now. In the past month, we got 20 to 40 inches of rain in places around here. And these avocados, I must have ate them about a month ago. And this was probably the first one I stuck in there. And every couple of days, I probably stuck another in. And it looks like this is the second to the last one I ate. And this is the last one. And it was bigger, and I had a hard time peeling that shell off. I didn't do a very good job at first, and I think that's why it's so slow, but it's starting to crack. And I've never got an avocado tree to last more than 2 years out here. I can get them up and growing, looking pretty good, but it gets cold enough every 2 years, it kills them. But I haven't tried in 20 years. So maybe Mother Nature will work with us on that and give us some well-deserved global warming. And I'll be able to grow avocados here. So my intent was to keep a log for next year In my next video, I'll show you the true meaning of intent, where it comes from, and what it meant, and what did Ham see when he went into Noah's tent. His intent. Good day.